archer. Today I'm pretty excited. I just got delivered to my house today my new underwater fishing camera, and I'm pretty excited about this because when I go ice fishing, it's gonna, I think, give me a great advantage. You know, seeing what's under there, what they're doing, if the fish is liking my bait, if they're not liking my bait, what they're doing, if they're swimming through very much, if I'm in shallow water, what, you know, there's lots of rocks or whatever, I can get a chance to take a look and see what's down there. Plus, it'll also give me a chance to see the fish that are swimming around there. So I think it's pretty cool. I bought an Eyoyo fish camera and underwater camera, and it through all the reviews and stuff like that, it's a good entry-level camera. I'm not going to say this is the best camera out in the market because, from what I understand, and people are, some of the reviews I've seen, it is a good entry-level camera. It's cost-effective, and it records. The one I got here is recorded, so I bought it on Amazon. I'll probably put a link in my description below that you guys can click on it and check it out if you want. So this has a DVR, it'll record, it has an 8 gig card that it comes with, and it's easy to do. You just reach down and press the record button and it starts recording. I heard the only drawback is it records in something like 5 to 10 minute sections, and then it'll create a new file. Also, I heard that it does it in like an AVI file, so you might have to convert it. There's free converters out there that you can do it. So, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. If you don't want to pay more money, right, you got to do a little bit more work with the process. So, I'm going to open it here and we'll take a look at it. Tomorrow, I'm going to actually try it out. I'm going fishing at a reservoir that's close by here, and I'm going to see how it works. It should be cool. So today, what we're going to do is we're just going to open it. Tomorrow, we're actually going to test it. So that's pretty cool. So let's get at it. I'm excited to see what's going on here. So that's there. The box is a little beat up. Careful. Oh, I'll take another box so I don't have to worry about using these big scissors to open it. So, fail-safe packing. And good. We got another box inside of a box. Excellent. So this doesn't look very big. When I was looking at the dimensions when I was ordering it, yeah, it didn't look very big. It's a 7-inch screen on it, so it's not HD. HD is a little bit more expensive, again, so I want to, you know, maybe I'll buy an HD one once I understand how this one works and how good it is. If I need to have an HD one, so it's all stuck here. We'll see. There we go. Comes in this case. Looks like we're carrying some poker chips into the casino, but pretty cool case. Really well made. Good clasp on it. Good handle. So that's pretty cool. So let's see what's inside. No. Oh, there's a cover for our screen. That's good. Keep it protected from the parts that are here. It's all in one. It's all together, which is really nice. So what I'm going to be able to do, I have a milk crate that I usually take fishing with me. I'll just flip it upside down and put this on top of it. So it's pretty good. This must be a sunshade type of thing that you put around it when if you're filming outside or have the camera outside. I'm going to be in the shack probably tomorrow, so so I can get a good view of things and stuff like that. So I'll probably set up my pop-up shack and see how this works that way. You know, I know it's supposed to be fairly warm, but down here in southern Alberta, when you get out on the lake or the reservoirs and stuff, lots of times it's like the wind is howling across. So it's just nice to set up the
the shack to keep yourself out of the wind. It may be +3 or 4 when you're fishing, but with the wind chill and stuff like that, it might be -4 or 5. So it's just, I find it always a little bit nicer just to set up the tent, and it doesn't take very long to set up my pop-up shack. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So directions. Haha. Yes, I'm going to read them. I haven't. I did lots of research so far on the internet and stuff like that, but I still want to read the directions to make sure I'm plugging in everything, because this has power. It has it needs to be charged up and different things like that. Everything connects together and stuff like that. It looks pretty straightforward though. So we have here is a charging cable, power cord, plug in the wall. So this will be your adapter. I notice it has light here, probably red for charging, green for completely charged. So that's come in there. It's pretty good. Your standard charger for the wall. What's next here? Let's see what else we have. Battery. So it's a 12 volt lithium battery, 4.5 amps, standard pack. So I imagine it just plugs into here when you're charging, and this one is your power, and this will go plug into your camera and your video and stuff. So here's the power here. Plug that together there. Looks like pretty straightforward. And then, oh, there's a bobber. Probably if you're using it maybe over the side of the boat. I'm going to use it mostly for ice fishing, but there is a lake in northern Saskatchewan we go fishing to every May long weekend. I'm thinking that I probably might fish over, have the camera over the side of the boat, so this might be there to help me with that. So we'll set that off to the side. Oh, there's the camera. Wow. Camera. Pretty solid. Metal camera. Looks a little bit like a fish, so I guess that's so they don't spook the fish. And it's hooked line. I'm looking at the line thinking, you know, it's probably could be a little thicker line, but there's 30 meters on here, so what's that, roughly 90 feet. So that's, you know, you fish fairly deep with this and see what your surroundings are and stuff like that. So that's kind of good. This is the hookup to the monitor, and then you have the hookups for the camera here. So what do we got here? We got camera to camera, video to video. There we go. We got one more here. That's for the LED, and the LED on these are infrared. It's not LED lights on it and stuff like that. So when you plug it in, you can see there's a redness. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera very well or not, but I can see a redness already in there for the infrared that's plugged in. Now the screen, 7 inches, awesome. There's a 9-inch version of this. Again, more money. Because it's my first camera and wanting to use it the first time, it's pretty well something I want to practice with first before I maybe upgrade and stuff later on. But this seems like it's going to work for me. And again, the carrying case is here. It has places for everything. You can set it like I plan on setting on a milk crate, like I said, inside my shack. It'll sit up on there. We'll be able to fasten it down, make sure it doesn't fall over and stuff like that. But it, you know, it's all right there together. So it's, and you can put all, once you get it all hooked up, you can put everything back inside the case and then just have the case sitting there and have everything in one spot. So now the screen does come out. There's a couple of things here I've seen the guys do, and you just press on it and it just pops out. And when it comes out and stuff, it has your buttons here. So there's your power button. Comes on right away, and of course I'm just pointing at nothing right now, but you can see right there. It's got some things. You can see the little wire on the end there. I'll have to fix that up and stuff like that. But you know, for the lighting in here, it seems pretty cool. It's I imagine if I unplug the infrared, LED, I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. Yep, it does. So it gives me a little bit better color in here, a little darker, and infrared might have actually been a little bit better, but as you can see, it's looking pretty good. So again, great feature on this one. It has, let's point that over that direction somewhere. So on here has a date and time on it, so that's kind of cool. But it also has the record button here, a play button here, so whatever you recorded you could play back right away. Menu, so you can go into different settings and different things like that, and you just press your way through. These buttons here, up and down buttons, would make different things that you can select in there, and you can format the card that you're maybe using and stuff like that here, and then you can just go and exit out of it, so everything comes back. Buttons are good, really reactive. Again, you can just hit the record button here, it comes on, it's recording. You see it says record, and then you just press it, and off it goes. And then on play here, you can see what I recorded there just a minute ago, and it's done. So then you can just exit out, and it comes back to live. Stuff like that. So pretty cool. I think it's neat. The SD card right here. It's the micro SD inside of an adapter on the side here. This one is 8 gigabytes. I have some that are 16. I think it'll take up to a 32, if I remember correctly when I did the research. It'll take up to 32 gigs. That's my average card size that I use here is 16 for the SD, the micros. I use a lot of them in my trail cams and stuff like that, and they work pretty good. So I can just change them in and out. Again, like I said, it has a different format. I think they said it's AVI, and so you have to probably change it over to probably an MP4 or MV4. I can't remember what the actual formatting is of it right off the top of my head. But this all works together. You can just put it in for your system. That'd be great, so you can get some of that, you know, picture-in-picture action. I'm hoping to get some of that tomorrow, and then so when I do some of the videos for you guys with me ice fishing and stuff, that it shows I can do the picture-in-picture. So that'd be kind of cool to watch. It's always interesting watching. You always wonder when you're sitting in the shack what's going on underneath and stuff like that, especially in the deeper water, where, you know, sometimes you can see down the hole 4, 5, 6 feet, 7 feet. It depends on the lake, you know, what the clarity is on the lake. With the reservoirs, I noticed when I was out there, I think it was last weekend, it seemed a little murky, but I'm not sure what it was like. You know, that's what it seemed like in the hole, but what was it like down a little farther? So I'm not 100% sure. So I'm hoping tomorrow will be a fairly clear day when we're out there, so it'll give us a chance to check. So that's basically it. One other thing maybe I'll show you is it comes, I've seen people talking about it comes with some rings to help, because if you look at it right now, the camera, if you were to drop it in the water right now, it would just be up and down like this, right? So it would show like my socks. For if this was the ice fishing hole, and so it would just show the ground. So you probably have to hang that pretty well right above where you're fishing, which sometimes is not really good, especially if you're fishing pike. And at least that I find with pike, that they tear everywhere, tear off everywhere, run line out everywhere and stuff like that. So I'm planning to dig a hole just over from the one I'm doing, and whoops, and they come with these clips here, and these clips are kind of neat, because what you can do, you take these clips, I'm just going to turn that off, snap this back in. Yeah, just put it back in. There's a line here for your line, and you just push this in until you hear the click, and there you go, it's in. Again, remember to keep the weight in here. I just was noticing that when I took out that thing, it just about flipped over. So you want to make sure you keep everything in here. Of course, when I get out fishing, I just have to leave everything here. The only thing I have to really do is run some extra line out. So that's kind of cool there. So next thing I can do is I got some rings here that they come with. Now they're plastic. I could probably gonna find some metal ones. But these seem to be pretty tough, and they come with lots of extra ones. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like a half dozen of them, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's a half dozen in here. So if you break some, you got some backup ones. So basically, what these things are, if you want it to sit like this in the water, pointing at wherever you're fishing and where your lure is, just take this line and run it up, and you can just run the line through it like this. Just take these snaps, snap it together, and there you go. You can take, and when it's hanging in the water, it'll hang up like that. I got a mess going on here, but if it's hanging down in the water, it's going to hang like this, and once you get it situated to the way you want to point it from up on top. Now there is some camera hanging units that are available on Amazon or different places like that. Some of them are remote controlled by, you could sit there and turn your camera back and forth. I didn't get one of those yet. I'm probably going to really realize that I needed one and stuff like that. But this is going to sit in there, and it's going to be able to give you that horizontal view of probably where your hook is if you set it up right. I'm probably going to dig a hole just a few inches over from the hole that I'm fishing in to let this sit down in, because you got to be careful too. When you catch a pike or something like that, they're all over the place, and especially the bigger they are. So you got to watch that for tangles and stuff like that. Even what I may do with some of the bigger pike when I first hook them is maybe pull the camera up and stuff like that. So it's going to be able to sit in the water like that and kind of view what you need. I think if we put it on here, we'll be able to see that it's we can kind of control it. If we were to turn this, we can control it underneath the water and give us an kind of a view at our hook, at a horizontal view there. So that's going to be the way I want to run it, just for the simple fact that it's going to be probably cover the best area for you to see. So if you get it far enough from your hook, you'll be able to see quite a bit of area around there. So again, not too bad of a picture on it, so it's pretty cool. So I don't know what else I can say about it. I think that it kind of showed up the way it said it would in the box, and it showed up, and everything seems like the reviews I've seen where it says it's solid material and stuff like that. Like the camera is built very, very well and stuff like that. So yeah, it's quite the thing here. So one little irritating thing I'm seeing is this little thing on the front, but we'll see if we can do something with that later. I think you can attach this to your fishing line also, and there's a way to use it with your fishing rod, but I think I would want to keep everything separate. So, but yeah, seems pretty cool. I'm excited to get out and try it tomorrow. So thank you for joining me during the unboxing time and see how excited I get when I get new toys stuff. So tomorrow I'm going to head out to the reservoir and see if I can catch me a pike or two. Like I said, I was out there last week and I caught 4 all day, so it took a while, but again, this may give me an advantage and see what they're doing, if they're coming up to the hook and they don't like it, or if I'm jigging it too much or something like that and scaring them away. So this will give me some more information to hopefully allow me to be a little bit more successful when I'm fishing. So cool. Again, thanks for joining me today on the Fat Archer, and stay tuned because I'm just going to continue on with tomorrow's ice fishing adventure on this over at the reservoir. So